So this was just a trial and error. 7 children. If you try it out, you get an equal number of pencils. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 5. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 5, you get 26. And if you try out the 4 pencils, like this, minus 2, you also get 26. So the answer is not 26. That's just the number of pencils. The question is how many children? So you get 7 children. Okay? Okay. Let's do number 3. Determine whether the result of this one is odd or even. So you can just solve this left to right. You can do pairing so that it's easier for you to solve them. So when you do pairing like this, you just add them 2 at a time. So 3 plus 4, that is 7. 6 plus 7, that is 13. 9 plus 10, that is 19. And you have 12 here. Okay? So again, pairing again. 7 plus 13, you have 20. 19 plus 12, you have 31. And when you add them all together, you get 51. So 51 ends with 1, di ba? It's an odd number. So remember, odd ends in 1, 3, 5, and 7, and 9. So since it ends with an odd number, it is an odd number. That's the answer. Okay. Okay. If you have important question, can you type them in the chat box? Thank you. Which of the following even numbers is the smallest? So first of all, again, what is odd or even? Odd ends with 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Those are odd numbers. Even numbers, these are numbers that end in 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. So based on this, 5 is not an even number. 9 also is not an even number. And the rest of these are all even. So which is the smallest? If you look at this, 6 is the smallest. And that's the answer. Okay, so if you're in the wrong grade level, can you please click leave breakout room, and then find the correct breakout room for you. Okay? Okay, let's do number 15. Tom has 20 candies and Wendy has 8 candies. How many candies should Tom give Wendy so that they will have the same number of candies? So, step 1, all you have to do is find the difference. So, find the difference. That means 20 minus 8, you get 12. Step 2, you find half of the difference. So, your difference is 12. If you do 6 plus 6, that is equal to 12, right? So that means half of 12 is 6. Whatever the half is, that is the answer. That's the answer. And if you want to do checking, if Tom gives 6 candies, he would have 14 candies in the end. Now, if Wendy receives 6 candies, she would have 14 also. So by giving away 6 candies, they would have equal candies. So that's the answer. Okay. Okay. Let's do number 16. Fill the lines with plus and minus to make the equation below correct. So what are we going to do? Step 1, put plus on all the blanks. So step 1, 9 plus 3 plus 5 plus 6. That would give you 23. Okay? Now, step 2, find the difference between the sums. So what sums are we talking about? We're talking about the sum that we solved, which is 23, and the sum that is given in the problem, which is 1. So this sum right here in the step 1 and this sum right here. Get it? Okay. Now the difference between that is 20. So big. Now, step 3, find the half of the difference, and that is where the minus should be. So what do we mean find half of the difference? The difference is 22. So if you do 11 plus 11, that is equal to 22. Therefore, half of 22 is 11. So this is where the minus sign should be, right? But you look at the equation, there is no 11 there. So what would you do? You would just need to find two numbers that add up to 11. For example, 5 and 6 add up to 11. Correct? Ba? If you add them together, that would give you 11. So that means this is where the two minuses are. Minus, minus, and then the remaining blanks, you should just put plus in all of them. Okay? Okay. Let's try if you can do it by yourself. We have 12, 8, 4, 6, 7. That is equal to 7. Okay. Can we solve this? I will give you 4 minutes. So this meeting is recording. In case you joined in late, you can just watch the recording also. Okay, one last minute to solve. Okay, let's solve together. Step one, what do we do? Step one, you need to put plus on all the blanks. So what does that give you? That gives you 12 plus 8 plus 4 plus 6 plus 7. How much is that? That is equal to 37. Now, step 2, find the difference. So you have 37, the given sum is 7, the difference is 30. Step 3, you need to find the half of the difference. So if you can immediately find it, very good. You know that 15 plus 15, that is equal to 30. So that means half of 30 is 15. So you look at the numbers, there is no 15 there. So what do you need to do? You need to do an extra step. Step 4, find two numbers that give 15. And that's where the minus sign should be. So here, you know that 8 plus 7, that is equal to 15. So therefore, the minus sign should go to the blank 8 and blank 7. And then all the other remaining blanks, you just put plus. And the answer that you will type in the class marker is this whole thing. 12 minus 8 plus 4 plus 6 minus 7, that's equal to 7. Okay? All right. Let's do number 17. A two-digit number has a tens digit that is 2 greater than its units digit. And the units digit is 5. What is this numbers? So first question first, you have a two-digit number. So let's put two blanks here. So this one is the units place. And this one is your tens place. Diba? So it says here the unit digit is 5. So you put 5 in the units digit. And then tens digit is 2 greater than its units. So that is just 5 plus 2, which is equal to 7. Okay? So your original number is 75. Now, if you swap the tens and the units, so instead of 75, you will now have 57, correct? Because you swap the two digits together. So how much smaller? That just means you need to minus them. 75 minus 57. Sorry. That will give you 80. And that is the answer. Okay, very good. So you really have to read all the questions, ha? Then answer the most or the last question that they ask. Okay. How many two-digit numbers have a sum of 9 for their units and tens digits and are odd? So what are the numbers that could give you a sum of 9. You could have you could have 0 and 9, correct? You could also have 1 and 8. You could also have 2 and 7, 3 and 6. See what I'm doing? I'm just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then just pairing them up with their pairs. That would give 9. And I could have 4 and 5. So the next one would be 5 and 4. That is just the same as 4 plus 5. So I just stop at 4 plus 5 because it's just repeating. Okay, now let's form numbers. When you have 0 and you have 9, the only two-digit number that you can form is 90. Correct? You cannot form 0, 9. This is not allowed because it's a one-digit number. Here, you can form 18 and 81. Correct? Here, you can form 27 and 72. You can form 36 and 63. And here, you can form 45 and 54. So, basically, these are just all multiples of 9. Okay, 90 is even, 18 is even, 72 is even, 36 is even, and 54 is even. So how many numbers is left? You have 1, 2, 3, and then you have 4. And the answer should be 4. Okay? All right. Number 19. It is known that there are 3 cubes in figure 1. At least how many cubes are there in figure 2? So, you know that if you count this, you have 1, 2, and 3. So, if you can see, these are all just the same. So, this is 3, this is 3, this is 3, this is 3, and this is 3. If you add them all together, how much is that going to be? Addition, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, 5 times. That gives you a total of 50. Or you can count manually if you want. I prefer this grouping. Okay? All right, let's do number 20. According to the pattern shown below, what should be the figure drawn in the space provided? So, if you see the pattern, you can say that mhm, this one here is getting repeated. So, you have a rectangle, a star, and a triangle. Rectangle, a star, and a triangle. Rectangle, and a star, and a triangle. So, you just answer rectangle. So don't worry if there are no choices that are given or no names of the shapes that are given. Don't worry because your papers naman are checked manually. So the what do you call this? Even if you name it wrong or you name it basta it is identifiable. If there are no options. Like they don't put you can choose between rectangle, star, and triangle. Just put the closest description that you can have. Okay? You can put square, you can put rectangle, just don't put heart. That will be wrong. There's no heart there. Okay? 21. How many line segments are there in the figure below? So you have to remember a line with 4 dots has 6 segments. A line with 3 dots has 3 segments. And a line with 2 dots has 1 segment. So if you memorize this, your life got just drastically easier, this is a three dotted line, right? So a three dotted line that has three segments. This one also is a three dotted line. So that means this has three segments. Okay? This one is a three dotted line. That also means that has three segments. And the last line is a two dotted line. So that means it has one segment. If you add that all together, that is 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1, that is equal to 10. And that's the answer. So again, all you have to do is to memorize this. Okay. All right, let's do number 22. How many sides are there in the polygon below? When we say sides, we mean the lines outside of the polygon. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So, why are we saying it's outside? Because sometimes a figure looks like this. There's a line here. If there's a line there, is that counted as a side? Yes or no? This line here is not a side. Okay, if ever, this is just an example. Okay, if there's a line inside the polygon, it's not considered a side. A side is just everything that's outside of a polygon. Okay, so let's count the sides here. One, you just have to count thoroughly. 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that means the answer is 6. Okay? If two squares with sides of 3 centimeters are used to form a rectangle, what is the perimeter of a rectangle? So, perimeter, when we say perimeter, this is sum of all the sides. So that's why it's important to what do you call this? To remember that sides are just outside line. Okay? So this one, you have two squares like this, and each of the square has 3 centimeter sides. So that means this is 3, this is 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and 3. But you have to remember the rectangle now is a four-sided polygon. And this one here is not a side again because it is inside the polygon. Okay, so how would you get the perimeter? The perimeter would just be these four lines here. Okay, the inside line is not included. So how many threes is that? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 threes. So which threes are included? This, 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 and this. The inside line is not included in the perimeter. So if you add all of that, that is going to be 18. And that is the answer. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's do number 24. The image below shows a pyramid made up of triangles. How many triangles are there in total? So how would we count this? Let's count the individual ones first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So you have 9 so far, but that is not all the triangles. You also have to count the ones that are not so obvious, like the ones that you have two combined triangles. So this is 10, diba? That's 10. That's a triangle, right? This is 11, correct? This is 12. And then the whole thing is 30. So the biggest triangle out of them all is 30. And the answer should be 30. Okay. All right. 25. If we choose three different numbers from these numbers, what is the largest number among these numbers? So, you need to form three-digit even number. So, just imagine you have a three blanks. You have three blanks. Why is that? One for the hundreds, for the tens, and for the units digits. So, this is your hundreds. This is your tens. And this is your units digit. Okay? Now, you want the largest. So, if you want the largest, you need to put the largest number in the biggest place value. So, that means the largest digit here is 8. You got it? So, this is check na, or this is done na. Now, what's the next number? The next largest is 4. And then the next largest is 3, but that would not give you an even number. So that's why you should use 2 because it should be even. So the answer is 842. It cannot be 843 because the problem is asking for an even number. Okay? Number 26. Which number below is the largest? So the very first thing that you need to do here is to count all the digits in each of the numbers. So this number, this is 8 digit. This number, this is 8 digit. This number is 7 digit. And this number is 8 digit. So since we want the largest number, we want to have the number with the most amount of digits. So that's why this is already eliminated. Or this is already not the largest because it only contains 7 digits. You get it? So that's why it's important to do the step 1. Don't do step 2 immediately, wherein you compare left to right. So after you counted the digits, as I've said, you compare each of the digits from left to right. So here, if you compare all of them, they are all 2, right? If you compare all of the next digit, they are all 0, correct? So they're all equal. If you compare all of this, they're all 2 again from left to right. And then, if you compare them, they're also all 5. You see this? So they're all equal from left to right so far. Now, the next thing, you just compare it here. Now they have differing digits. So which one is the largest one? 8, 6, or 9? Of course, it's the 9. So this is the largest digit. And you have to copy it or to answer it properly. So you need to be careful in typing. Okay. Let's do number 27. How many different ways is or are there to express 13 as the sum of two one-digit numbers? So it says here 9 plus 4 and 4 plus 9 is the same method. So what are we going to do? We're just going to list down all the numbers that could give us 13, starting from 0 and 13. Okay? 0 plus 13, that would give us 13. Counting up, 1 plus 12, 2 plus 11, 3 plus 10, 4 plus 9, 5 plus 8, 6 plus 7, and then after that, you have 7 plus 6. So it's just flip. So you just stop at 6 plus 7. Now, it says here, the important thing here is, it needs to be sum of two one-digit numbers. So both of the numbers needs to be one digit. 13 is not one digit, so this is already x. Okay? 12 is not one digit, so already x as well. Same with 11, and same with 10. So how many options do you have? You have 1, 2, and then 3. The answer is 3. Okay, you get this? So be careful of the instructions per item. Okay? All right, number 28. Among the values of the following expressions, how many two-digit numbers is or are there? So all you have to do is to solve each of the expressions like this. Okay? So let's differentiate first all of the expressions so that we are not gonna get confused later on. Here and here. Now, let's solve. First one is 18. Second one is 11. Third one is 15. Fourth one is 7. Then this one is 22, 13, and 9. So which ones are two digit? Let's encircle. This is two digit, this is two digit, this is two digit, this is two digit, and this is two digit. That is a total of how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. And that is the answer. Okay. So the link to the recordings, they will be sending it to your email, your registered email. Okay. You have three tops, white, black, gray. And then you also have two skirts and one pair of pants. How many different combinations can you make by pairing the tops with either the skirt or the pants? So, let's say for example, you want to pair the top with the skirt. So, you have white shirt. Oops. You have a white shirt. You have a black shirt. And you have a gray shirt. Okay? And you want to pair them with skirts. The skirts are pink and blue. So, if you want to pair the white shirt, you can pair it two ways. You can pair it pink or blue, correct? If you want to pair the black top, you can pair it also two ways, pink and blue. Diba? And If you want to pair the gray top, you can pair it also two ways, pink and blue skirt. So if you count all the arrows there, that is going to be 6 arrows or 6 pairs. And that's just for the shirt and the skirts. Now, let's pair the shirt to the pants. So your shirt is white, black, and gray. And your only pants is brown. Oops, brown pants. So the only way to pair the white one is by pairing it to a brown pants. And then the black shirt, you can pair it to the brown pants as well. And the gray shirt, you can pair it to the brown pants as well. So that is 3 pairs. Okay? Now, how many pairs altogether? You just add them. Oops, my handwriting is bad. And if you add them, that would give you 9 different combinations. Okay. So again, there is a recorded lecture. So you don't have to worry if you missed something. This entire session is recorded and the link will be sent to you in your email so that when you missed something or when you have some questions or you're still confused with how to solve, you can just go back to the recording over and over again. No limit. Okay? So that is 9 pairs. Okay, last question for today. There are 4 red balls and 4 green balls in a box. What is the minimum number of balls you need to take to guarantee that you have 2 balls of the same color? Okay, so let's imagine this. You have a box like this. You have 4 red balls. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, you also have 4 green balls. Just imagine they are equally sized. Okay. Okay. Now, what is the minimum number of balls you need to take to guarantee that you have 2 balls of the same color? When you see minimum number or also says at least, so that just means the same thing, and guarantee, or also sometimes they use to ensure. So if you have at least and to ensure in the same sentence, then your problem is most likely worst case scenario. So worst case scenario, what does it mean? Worst case scenario just means that you take the longest path or you take the longest path to get to where you want to be. So, where do you want to be? You want to have 2 balls of the same color. Since it's the worst case scenario, what's the longest way to get 2 balls of the same color? So, let's solve. First, you can get this and this. And that would be, you would still not have 2 balls of the same color, correct? Let's use color blue, or you can see. If you get this, first draw, you get this one. Do you have 2 balls with the same color? No, right? If you get this second one, you would have the same balls of the same color now. And that only took you 2 tries. So this is not the answer because this is not the longest path. Okay? So what would you do? If you take one red, the next one that you will take, you have to assume the worst, which is going to be green. Okay? So that's two already. And then, let's say, for example, the next thing that you will get is the red, right? So that took you 3 tries. You already have two balls of the same color, both red. So that's already three. Oh, what's the other possibility? You take the third one to be a green ball. And it's still going to give you two balls of the same color. So still three. So that means it will take you 3 tries so that you will have or you will have a guarantee that you have two balls of the same color. Either two red or two green. You get it? You get this? Worst case scenario. Let's try if you get it. I'm gonna give you something to solve. There are 3 red balls, 4 green balls, and 5 blue balls. What is the minimum number of balls, or at least how many balls do you need to draw to ensure that you have two balls or two balls of each color? Let's try this. What if this is your question? I'll give you 3 minutes to solve that. Two balls of each color. So that means you would get 2 red balls, 2 green balls, and 2 blue. Okay, 3 minutes. Okay, let's solve the question. So you have to ask what's the longest way that you can get two balls of each color. So two balls of each color, that means you need two red, two green, and two blue. That's what you need. But since this is a worst case scenario problem, you need to get the longest way to achieve what you want or to get what you want. So, what's the longest way to get what you want? Okay, let's say for example, you get the first draw, red, the second draw, green, and the third draw, blue. Does that give you two balls of each color? Not yet, right? So, what if on the fourth draw, you draw blue again? So, you already have two blue, correct? Okay. So, on the fifth draw, you have blue still. On the sixth draw, you have blue still. You are very unlucky, or it's the worst case scenario. And on the seventh draw, you have blue still. So the only thing that you were able to satisfy here is that you have at least two blue now. You have five blues in total, but you only need two blue. Okay? And that is already seven draws. Diba? Oh, what's the next one? This is your eighth draw. You have two green now. So that's correct. But then you are still very unlucky. Instead of getting the two red or the second red, you get all the greens first, ba? Which you don't need anymore to complete your mission. That's already 10 draws or 10 times you got a ball in the box. So, on your 11th draw or your 11th time getting a ball in the box, you already have whatever is left is all red. So, you're sure that the um 11th draw is already red. And this way, you have two reds that you have. Oh, how many or what's the longest way it took you? That is 11 draws. Of forcing you to able to draw a red, two green, and two blue. So that's the answer. So what's the rule of thumb? It's just easy. You look at what you need. Two red, two green, two blue. So you get the highest number of balls that you don't need, five blue balls. The second highest, four green balls. So that is you already satisfied this one. And you already satisfied this one. So the only way or the only thing that's left for you to do is to get two red balls. So if you would solve that, that is 5 plus 4 plus 2, it would give you 11. So that's how to solve it. Okay, no questions. All right, that's the last one for today. Don't worry, there is a recording and will be sent to you through email. So you can look at this session again. So that's the last one. I hope you learned something from me. Good luck on your TMO finals. Bye-bye. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye. Can we take a picture? Say cheese. Okay, another one. Say cheese. You're also cute. Okay, bye-bye. Good luck to your TMO. Bye. Happy Sunday. I'll go now. Sige.